Good morning. I'm feeling some strong energies this morning, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tap in, get a collective message, and then pull some cards for y'all, and we'll see where the energy takes us. Tapping into the collective. Please send me messages for their highest good. Remove me from this message. Please make me a clear channel for you to come through, Spirit. What message does the collective need in this moment? So I'm seeing a skier, like an Olympic skier, somebody that's really bombing down the mountain, going through those things. I don't know what they're called, those little flag stations. It's like sheer determination. Like they're moving fast, they're really skilled at it, side to side. They're almost so in the zone that they're like pissed off. Like the amount of precision that they need to use is like, it's of urgency. You know, like when you're playing a game and like you're cutting it really close and it's like, there's urgency there to get it right. Like, it's not like fun and laid back. It's like, if you miss one thing, you could lose, or, you know, it's like urgent that you get this right. And you're moving so fast that you have to, you know, one small move could throw you off completely. And I really get this like timer. Like a lot of Olympic things are timed events. So it's like how quickly you can get through. So it's very clear that there's a timer on this, and it's counting up and you're trying to get the fastest time. And you make it to the end and everybody recognizes, and you recognize like, whew, like that was insane. And you were victorious and you did it. And you made the shortest time or whatever, the fastest time. I'm not even necessarily seeing that you get gold, but you're happy for your performance because it like took everything out of you. It was like really freaking hard. You know that you put your heart on the line. You know that you showed up the best you could. And like, however the judges judge it. And I'm feeling this so deeply about you have put in your all, like you've been through a lot. And it has felt life or death for you before. It's felt just very serious for you, and you have put your heart on the line, maybe over and over again, or maybe you've been in situations where you felt like it was life or death for you. And you've done your best, and now I'm kind of getting that you're at the point that it's like, that's all I had to give, Spirit. And I actually feel this surrender, like you put it all on the line. Like you've put in the work, you've done as much as you can do. Like that's all I can do. And I'm proud of myself. And if that's not good enough, too bad. But that's it, that's all I got. And I really feel Spirit saying, we know, we see you, we've got you. And that was a lot, and we can carry you the rest of the way. Like, don't worry. You don't need to do anything more to get the good grade. You almost don't even care if you get the high score or whatever. You're just like, it was as good as I could do. And like, can we just acknowledge for a second how freaking crazy that was, and how good that was, and how good I've been, and how I navigated that, and how I survived that? Like, I don't think I want to do that again, to be quite honest. Like, that wasn't fun. And navigating life at that speed and that intensity and expecting that much of me, you guys can have that. That's for the birds. Like, I need an easier pace moving forward. I don't, like, gold doesn't even matter anymore. I've been doing this thing. I've been doing this sport. I've been playing life this way for what? For somebody to say, like, yay, you scored a good score. Like, I'd rather just enjoy the sport. I'd rather choose a new sport. I'd rather choose a life that's easier, that works for me, that I don't need to, like, always put it all on the line. And Spirit's saying, well, thank God. We were hoping that you would come to us and tell us that you were done with this crazy, urgent, proving self, because we've got another sport that, like, you're gonna love doing, and you also won't care if you get bronze, silver, or gold, because you'll love doing it so much. That was a good message. Okay, I felt that. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm still getting this Wispel deck for you. This collective likes this deck. The Wild Reflections deck here. I hope y'all are good. I hope that if you've been living in a bunch of urgency and feeling like you are in a game, but holy shit, it's crazy. You're ready to be done. You're ready to be off the ride. I get it. I get it. And Spirit's saying, yeah, just lay that down. Be off the ride. And they'll pick up the pieces there. All right, Spirit, what else do we have for this collective? What more do they need to know? What messages do we have for the collective today, Spirit? Just tapping into y'all's energy, making sure that this is coming in for the collective. Whatever messages they need to hear are coming through clearly and resonate directly with them. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? I get the Hanged Man. This is pause or delay, but you know what I'm getting really? This is a new perspective. You have believed that you're just good at this sport. You've been in this sport your whole life. What other sport would you go into? You've made the Olympics in this sport. So it's not like you're choosing another one. It's like, this is my identity that I've created through all of the years I've been on this earth. How am I supposed to give that up? But I'm seeing a new perspective coming through of really you pausing to say, is this fun? Do I like this? Is this aligned with the life that I see for myself? What's the end goal here? And can I just choose happy? Can I just choose fulfilling? Can I just choose something that makes me feel excited? Instead of this thing that I've built that, yeah, I'm friggin' good at it. But just because I'm good at it doesn't mean I like to do it. Doesn't mean that I enjoy it. And you've built up this is the Emperor, this is control. He's really sure of himself. He, he's my way or the highway. And, I'm kind of picking this up as like the external forces that are like, you have to be that. You have to be, whether it's an emperor in your head or it's people around you, or it's just how society's dynamics and how you've been socially constructed to believe that this is all you can do, or this is what makes sense for you. I'm really getting that this is like, imagine like a dictator in your life that's like, that just makes sense for you. That's just what you do. And like I said, that dictator can be people around you, or it can be in your own head, that it's like a bunch of reasons why you're scared of like this guy being like, well, what do you mean? Maybe he's like the coach. What do you mean you're dropping out of this sport? You're the best person I have on the team. Maybe this is a boss. Maybe this, I'm kind of getting that this is more your chatter, and right, if we believe it, then we create people in our lives that show us that. So you may have people that you feel like you disappoint, or a very specific person that has really shaped your identity in this world or expects you to show up in a certain way. And they're a big, if they were gone, I'm getting this, if they were not in your life, if they left your life tomorrow, you would have an easier time living this life. If they left your life tomorrow, you would go, of course, I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't even really like that. That's not even me anymore. But for some reason, this person's influence is very strong over you, very dictator-like. And I get the Page of Pentacles, like you're wanting to step out and see, and maybe you've already been exploring some other options for yourself, some other identities, some other career paths. This is Pentacles, so this has to do more with career or stability or safety. What are things that could create things for me that makes me feel secure? And this is the Page. So the Page is the learner. The Page is, you going out and taking small steps to explore a new way of being, a new way of providing for yourself, a new way of creating that identity. And in this card, I'm getting, he's sitting and looking up at this, and he's like, what more is there? Maybe there's something else. Maybe there's like a spark, a small spark that I'm ignoring. And he's really looking into that. Like, if I stoke this, what could it be? What could this small stoke be? What else for the collective spirit? Yeah, really wanting to step out, starting to see things from another perspective, starting to realize how much influence somebody has over you, maybe a dictator-like personality around you. And we can all be our own dictators, right? We can all have the reasons why it's like, what was that for? If I built that whole thing and now I'm gonna burn it down, what was the point? What was that for? And it was like, well, it was to help you realize that you can get really skilled at something. You can own an identity. And then you can choose. You can choose you. It doesn't mean that the whole time that wasn't who you were and that you weren't really good at it and that you didn't give it your all. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that you did, and it no longer serves you. And like, we're allowed to do that over and over and over and over again in our lives. We don't need to stay in the same relationships. We don't need to stay the same person. We don't need to keep the same jobs. Like, why are we so afraid of expiration dates? I've done this. I got everything I needed to get out of this. And I'm getting the Three of Swords. There's a lot of, like, I'm getting utter devastation connected to going up against this Emperor, choosing you. Like, I am feeling like I can't do that. Like that it feels like there's like some utter devastation that, and heartbreak that you would feel, or you're afraid you'd cause by going up against what somebody else wants for you or what has always been said for you. And that this is what you're trying to avoid. That utter, I'm really getting the words utter devastation. So just so much heartbreak. But I get the Devil and I get the Six of Pentacles. So This is how the emperor works. Let me just tell you. This is how the emperor works. He goes, you better do whatever I say, my way or the highway, or there's going to be big consequences. You're going to be left out in the cold. You're not going to have an identity. Nobody's going to know who you are. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to be heartbroken and cast away. You know, that's how the emperor works. Through the devil, right? Through the devil to say, if you don't listen to me, you're going to get this. And the devil is shackles. So that's in fear, right? So that's how the emperor keeps you shackled, using fear, okay? But the point of life is to have careers, relationships. I'm getting careers again because this card is Pentacles. But career paths, security paths that are reciprocal. And maybe this emperor in your life, maybe he provides a sense of safety or a sense of security, right? If this is a career and this emperor is a boss, or this is somebody in your life that says that you should keep your job the way that you have it, you know, maybe they provide a certain level of security for you. Maybe they are currently offering you your support, like financial support. Maybe if they are your boss, they literally pay your paychecks. So you have gone into this relationship. Look, these people are shackled and like they're totally abandoning themselves, but it's like, but I get paid and, you know, it's good. It's a good job. You know, whatever the things you tell yourself, it provides me security. I'm good at it. But is it reciprocal? Like, or do you just give all of yourself over and over again and you don't feel reciprocated? Is the money enough? At the end of the day, in a year from now, in 2 years from now, will the money be enough? Will you eventually choose you? Will you choose to stoke this spark and choose you? Because if that's the case, why are we delaying it? Why pause and delay? Okay? Because we could just step out on this little sparkly journey that's like, I would like to learn what else is out there for me. I'd like to dabble in doing something else that lights me up, something that makes me feel like it's closer to my purpose. Look at this little magic whirling around this guy. It's like, this makes me just feel lit up for some reason. I don't know the security. I don't know how that's all going to pan out, but this feels more aligned for me, and I would feel reciprocated in this new path. And this is a fallacy. This is what he uses to keep you shackled, okay? Whoever this emperor is. And I also got the 6 of Wands, which means when you do this, when you start stoking the fire on this new idea you have, or this new career path, or the identity that makes you feel more you will be reciprocated. Look, this is like, look at all of these hands coming up to meet you. All of these hands saying, we're going to hold you in this and we're going to reciprocate. And when you give, we will give. Okay? And I get the 6 of Wands, which is success and victory. And it's also public recognition. So nobody's going to notice you. Nobody's going to like you anymore. You're not going to be this professional skier that everybody knows and everybody loves. And you're not going to matter anymore. You'll matter. You'll matter more and in a different way, and you'll matter to the people that matter to you, okay? This is success, victory, recognition, public recognition, so people can recognize you for more than one thing. And I know that very well because I have a couple different businesses, and I have expertise in completely unrelated fields. And in this field, I am recognized and surrounded by certain people, like in the nonprofit realm. And then in this realm, I'm completely recognized, and they don't even know, the worlds don't even collide. But you can totally be recognized for more than one thing. And that tells me too that you don't need to completely give up one thing. You can dabble, okay? But don't let the fear of somebody else or somebody else wanting to keep you limited and shackled, don't let that be what doesn't make you stoke your spark. And I get the 10 of Pentacles. So this says, okay, cool. This is where you're at right now, feeling like you're under dictatorship. Whether it's you've dictated your own life and you don't know how you got there, or somebody else. And this is what you can move into. This little 1 pentacle flower that you have stoked and you laid down. Look how easy breezy he is. He's like, I'm just going to explore this. I'm just going to give this a little bit of love, a little bit of nurturing. I'm going to learn. And that learning and that adventure that you start with this 1 flower in this field turns into, look, this is you as an old man now with your 10 of Pentacles and your legacy and your family, and your whole legacy is different and is more aligned and is more prosperous than it was before. It's like you get everything. You start stoking the new spark, the new idea, the new career path, the new identity, and then the world shows up to support you, opportunities show up to support you, you feel reciprocated, you get the support you need to continue growing in that, and then that leads to success and victory in your 10 of Pentacles, okay? I get the Tower card, which means this can really lead to sudden changes and sudden shifts, and I don't want you to be afraid of these. All the Tower is clearing out things that don't serve you. So if you've had rule under something for a while, and you've lived your life in a way that you were really good at, whatever, but it wasn't true to you, then you will have some grief. You will have some things that are removed from you, but you have to remove those patterns and those ways that you show up, the ways that you chose to be submissive to your patterns or your structures or this guy. You have to give those up, and that might cause you some heartbreak, but that's just grief for the things that are taken out of your life that it might feel unstabilizing, right? To choose new. It might feel destabilizing. It might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm losing things. But what you're losing in reality, even though it feels really secure, you're losing this. And you're gaining this. So I know it's so crazy that we can grieve things that aren't good for us, and that we can really miss them, and that we can really be scared to lose them. But that's growth. That's what the collective watching this is being asked to do. Choose you, choose better, choose alignment, see what's holding you back, see what limiting beliefs, patterns, people you have around you that you feel submissive to, that are taking away your power, maybe siphoning your power from you, when it's like, you know better. You know that you can march in and win if you could just release this. So let it fall. Let it fall out of your life, right? Any last messages, Spirit, for the collective? It's just no way to live. Even if it's painted as a fun thing, like, right, the channeling I got was a sport. It was somebody playing this sport that they're really good at. So most people's perception of that would be like, he or she loves to do that sport. And look, she's having fun. And look, this is great. Look, this is a great job. And she's so good at it. Great. Look, this is a great relationship, a happy marriage, a happy family. And oh, look, this is something that she loves doing. And we just know her as that. And that's the status quo. And it's like, actually, it kills me to fly down that mountain and be under this much pressure and put my body through that constantly. It's not fun for me. I don't even care if I win. In fact, I hope that I lose. I hope that something happens to me that knocks me out of the game so that I don't have to show up next year and I can bow out and I can retire. Well, you can just bow out. You can bow out. But bowing out doesn't just mean losing, okay? So sometimes you realize, like, I'm done with this situation. I want out, and we feel like that's all we focus on is like getting out of the thing, running from something, right? And this is Spirit saying, let's focus on what we're running to. What lights you up? And you guys know the idea of the thing you want. The idea that maybe around this guy, you're afraid to mention it because he would laugh at you. Or he would say, how are you going to support yourself doing that? But you know what your dream is. You know what your little sunflower is that you'd like to lay in a field and stoke. Okay? So Spirit says, focus on this, please. Can we focus less on what we're losing? Can we focus less on the scary emperor and all that's going to happen and the fallout and all the... It might happen, but like in a year from now, where are you going to be? So Spirit's asking you to really focus on the good stuff, the future. You know how you had your eye on the prize the whole time you've been living this life and you've been living that other identity and you've been flying down a mountain and being really skilled and being under pressure and you know how to jump when the emperor says jump and all that? Cool. Do it for yourself. Get really skilled at leaving what doesn't serve you. Get skilled at that and see how your life that's aligned for you starts showing up. Anything else, Spirit? I mean, I'm getting that was the message. Start being as skilled as you were in the life that wasn't aligned for you for yourself. Start having the level of urgency you have here in the life that's not aligned. Start having that level of urgency here. I have got to get here. If I want this outcome and I deserve this outcome and I've been through a lot and I've put it all on the line, this is the outcome I deserve. So I'm going to let everything fall away that needs to fall away so that I can realize this and I can be happy because I haven't put in all the work and the effort and shown up as the best person that I can be to be shackled, to be defined or influenced by anybody else. This is it. Like, this is your recognition, and Spirit is just saying, step into it. Don't focus so much on the fear, but focus on what are you creating? How amazing is it going to be? And let all the towers fall in your wake and just keep walking towards your new day. I hope this message resonated. Listen, we can show you, the lighthouse can show you the shore, but you still need to steer the ship. If you resonated with this message at all, I am a new channel, so I would love for you to like, subscribe, share it with anybody that you think this message might be helpful for, and see you next message.